So let's just take a moment, like we were talking about, getting the central line balanced, the hara line you were talking about. Take a moment to have the physical alignment and your feet aligned, and the hips tilted forward like a thread pulling up the head. And the chin is in slightly. And feel that energetic connection with the earth and heaven. And I like to start and breathe in slowly from the abdomen, as if the air is entering the abdomen, and the abdomen draws in slightly and upward. So it's a slow, long breath. And then as we breathe out, it pushes down the abdomen. So just below the navel, drawing in as you breathe in. Slowly. And then slowly, mentally pushing down. So we are physically pushing out the abdomen, but we're also energetically pushing it down, which means the mind is like pressing its awareness down from the diaphragm down to the abdomen as the breath goes out, along with the muscles moving downward. So breathe in, and then breathe out, slowly. And feel calm, feel peaceful, relaxed. Feel the connection of your feet to the ground, connection of your head to the sky. And then feel that balance of heaven and earth. So it's a matter of internal awareness, being present what's going on within you. Okay? That just takes a moment to feel at peace and relax, just to get centered. We have a busy day and we stop for a moment and just kind of feel what's going on internally. And then we'll stretch the arms up and loosen up a little, and just bend one arm to the side, stretching, opening the rib cage, and breathe and relax. And then the other arm can just go down. Breathe into this area, opening up the chi flow in the rib cage. You don't actually breathe the chi in necessarily. The chi can come in without breath, but we use the breath to guide the chi. So it's as if the breath is drawing chi into a certain area as you breathe in. And then breathe out to the other side. Okay, and relax for a second. Interlock the fingers and stretch up. Breathe in and breathe out. Turn to the side and down. Then breathe in, come on up. Breathe out. And breathe in. Loosening ourselves up a little. And relax. Next, let's do a little loosening of the arms and the body. Just twist. And then up a little higher. And now, twist and turn and look at the raised heel. Turn, look at the raised heel. I usually breathe out as I turn, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. So I exhale as I turn. And get this good stretch of the pelvic area all the way down the leg and the hip. And a couple more. And relax. Just loosen up a little, and I wanted to prepare for the standing. So, standing like a tree practice. We want to, we do it with heaven and earth breathing, is what I call it. So we're breathing in through the feet, the Yangquan points at the balls of the feet. In that energy gate, we're breathing in through the Bai Wei at the top of the head, a little bit toward the back. Breathing in. You don't have to pinpoint it, but just feel the breath as if it's coming in here. Feel as if you're breathing in through the feet, in 9 feet into the ground. So you're getting earth chi coming up to the abdomen, heaven chi coming down in the breath. So ground and sky into one, breathing. So if you can't fully comprehend it first, just approximate it to the best of your awareness. What we want to do is, this is key in Qigong. Qigong is a combination of, internal awareness and physical movement too. So when we combine the two together, that's what causes, that's what brings about the health benefits. So feel the chi coming in through the feet, up to the abdomen. Feel the chi coming in through the head and combining at the lower abdomen as you breathe in. Then as you breathe out the hands and fingers. Breathing in through the feet, legs, up to the lower abdomen. Also breathing in at the same time through the head, down to the abdomen. So somehow you want to catch that feeling of the chi flowing, then out through the arms and hands. Then we use sword fingers or straight hands in our forms. So as you exhale, breathe out through the sword fingers. Now, you want to do this relaxed. You want the feet to be a little wider than the shoulders. Hips are forward. And when you bend the knees, instead of just bending the knees, think of the abdomen kind of collapsing in. So it's a little different if I bend the knees as opposed to sort of sinking in the abdomen. The abdomen sinks in, the hips are forward, the feet are straight. And just let the arms float up. And take them down one more time. Relax slowly. Rise up from the shoulder to a level position, about 1.5 feet apart, in the sword finger position. So you're breathing in and you're breathing out through the arms and hands as if the chi is coming out of the fingers like a sword. So at the same time you feel the tips of the fingers. And feel the chi coming out, breathing in through the head, breathing into the feet. Elbows can be down at the sides, arms are straight, relaxed, no tension. So sometimes the body can shake, and that means the nervous system is strengthening. You're opening the channels, you're breathing in through the head, the feet, and out the arms. So chi's flowing through the whole body. Okay? We're using the breath to guide the chi with the mind. So you want the mind present in the body. The mind leads the chi. It's always just ahead of the chi. Toes grip the ground. And feel that your feet, you're drawing in 9 feet into the ground. And breathing out the fingers. Relax the forehead, relax the brow, have a natural smile on your face. So not a forced one, but a natural one, and that'll open more meridians and increase your chi flow. And disregard the sounds from afar and be present in the sound within. In other words, if you hear somebody chopping wood, disregard that. Sometimes the mind will turn right away to an external sound. So remember to be internal in your awareness and keep your concentration. Breathing in and breathing out. This way is one of the most powerful forms of standing like a tree, because we're also using the mind and breath in combination with sword fingers. Take in a slow breath, and as you exhale, expel it out the arms and fingers. And it's essential to be relaxed. And there's a lot of people practice and they tense the body. That will cause a lot of trouble. So it's important to be conscious of any tension in your shoulders, the thighs, the buttocks. Just relax the body. And it's as if you're sitting on your legs, just relaxed. As your system strengthens, you can stand for a long time. This will build your internal health. So a very muscular person may actually have a hard time doing this practice because they may not have internal health. So you want to have a strong nervous system. This pulls on the heart meridian, giving you cardiovascular health. It gives you brain health with the chi coming in through the head. The nervous system, the spine, all the internal organs. But it takes some practice to get the chi flow coming through these energy gates of the feet and head into the abdomen, combining in the lower abdomen. And then out through the arms, hands, fingers, shooting out. Feel the sensitivity of the fingertips, of the two fingers on each hand. Gently drawing in the chi. You can't force it. You have to let it flow and catch the feeling on your own. Discover the sensation of how it feels when the chi is flowing. And then you have that in your cellular memory, and you can recall it and learn the pathways So we haven't really, in general, humanity hasn't researched ourselves internally. And we have so much ability, all of us. And breathe in, and bring the legs together slowly. Slowly lower the arms, and just put the palms over the abdomen. Just kind of storing what you've gathered. And I like to bend forward and just bounce my palms flat. One vertebrae at a time, go down slowly, and bounce to stretch out the spine a little afterward. And then go to the left and bounce. And then to the center. And to the right. And then from the base vertebrae, slowly rise up, keeping the abdomen in. And stretch out. How was that? So I gave a more detailed narration of it for the video, but I wanted to, it's also good to kind of go back and review the basics now and then. Okay, let's make sure this lavalier is working. Yeah. Okay, so let's do swimming like a butterfly, and breathing in and drawing in, breathing out. You can do it, you can reverse the breath. The breath could come in here. I can breathe out there. Breathe as you rise. Exhale. So the back of the hand turns to gather. The shoulders rotate. Sink, pull through the body. You get this reverse tendon changing happening. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Okay, now forward, breathe in, and breathe out. Rise, breathe in, sink, breathe out. Rise, breathe in, sink, breathe out. And have graceful transitions, slowly turn the arms, breathe in. And then you want it to tuck close to the armpit. Okay. Get the shoulders adjusted a little. And do some elbow to the sky. So one finger at a time. Pinky, ring, middle, index, bird's tail. Into the shoulder, and then push up. One at a time. So you get these fingers stretching also, if you do one at a time. And each finger is wired to meridian, so you're affecting the meridian by moving the fingers one at a time. And then the other side. Pinky, ring, middle, index, one at a time. Then index, middle, ring, pinky, pinky, to the thumb, and then unfurl. So you get it gives you a little training of how to unfurl the limb. Like instead of just doing that, it unrolls. Same with threading the 9 pearls. We're threading the mind and breath through all the bones. So we're kind of unfurling the body as we breathe in, and then compacting it down to the toes and feet. Press the feet in, draw the head straight up and down. So you're breathing through all the joints. And they call these the 9 pearls. Toes, ankles, knees, hips, spine, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers. And then in reverse. At the same time, you don't want to be thinking about it too much, so you just kind of feel the mind and breath drawing the chi from the feet up through the body to the hands. But sometimes we blank out an area of the body, so we want to feel each joint. Feel the spine, feel the shoulder blades, and then go down. Yeah. And the more you become internally aware, interoception, the more the chi flows. The more it opens the channels, keeps you healthy. Now the same thing, like a bird opening to a 45. My mind's in my fingers now, going down my arms, down to my feet. Breathing into the fingertips, down through the spine, hips, legs, feet, legs, spine, arms, fingers. So you get that unfurling, the movement, the breath, and the mind together as one. So when you rise up, that relaxed finger kind of draws chi when the hand's relaxed like that. So it's just like, if you think of it like feathers on a wing, then it's a little bit of a pressing down. It changes the form. You get that little bit of a flex of the palm, then relax to draw the chi. So you get the internal work. Breathe in and breathe out. And then 1, 2, 3, push. Feel free to ask questions just because I'm filming, it's okay. And then normally we have more discussion. Okay, and relax. Let's take a moment to store, breathe in. Let's do a little arm work. So remember, the palm stays up the whole time, pulls here, then it turns, goes behind the back, palm is still facing upward, comes over the head, and then spirals down, and here. So if the palm ever turns downward, then you're not doing it exactly right, because you want to move the arm in ways we don't usually move it, reversing the tendon. So like you're holding a teacup, over the head, just really emphasize, yeah, good, there you go. And now forward. This time we're going to go forward, turn, behind the head, in front of the head, and around, then it curves. Here. 1. And so much, a lot of times we don't move our arms at all like this, so it really opens up the joints, tendons. Okay, the other side. Pulling in, turning, over the head. yeah, I'm really grateful to know this particular one. Having long arms, I really need to stimulate all of my meridians and muscles and joints in my arms. Okay, the other way. So it comes forward now, over the head, shoulder, and around. How you doing, Altair? Good. All right. And relax. Just take a moment. I like to do this in between. Put the palms together. Push down. Press. So virtually we're gathering chi with earth, heaven. We have this ball, like a prayer almost, and you're pushing through the body. As we move our hands in front of the body, it actually moves the chi through the body. Okay? Just a little clearing practice. You can do it slowly and consciously. So you may not even know how much is going on and then inside your body, and then just the mental moving down through the body is clearing a lot of things that get caught in there. All these subtle things are going on that actually can be shifted with our mind and awareness. Okay, so breathe in now and just raise the arms and bend down, and then breathe out and straighten out. So again, collapse at the abdomen, and then breathe in, out, and rise. Breathe in, and breathe out. So this is the Tai Chi Qigong 17 form. Breathe in. We'll do a few of the moves. Breathe out. And then we always just take a moment to feel calm, relaxed. A big part of Qigong is being physically and mentally at ease. And that opens the flow of energy. Okay, same thing now. Breathe in. And breathe out. Stay down. Breathe in. And then rise. Breathe out. Okay, we'll do it slow now. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out, open wide. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. When I was younger, I would not have liked these because I wanted to do things so I wanted some kind of physical impact. And now as I'm older, and you're young, but still you're feeling all this energetic stuff. I'm starting to feel, I'm seeing how powerful simple things are for our health. Breathing in and breathing out and breathing in, breathing out. Okay. Bring the arms up like you're holding a ball, and breathe in, and to one side, breathe out, turning sideways, this arm straight, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in slowly, breathe out slowly. Breathe in. So each movement has to be meditative. And relax down. We're going to do paddle the boat. We're going to breathe in and breathe out as we go down. The arms turn, and then we rise up and breathe in. So we breathe out, breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. And breathe in. Good. Breathe in. Yeah, please.
So in your book, one of your guiding principles is the mind directs the chi. I always thought it was the other way around.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's a good question. The mind leads the chi. Okay, so like we think that, you know, like if we walk across the room, the first thing is the mind says walk. The second thing is the chi goes there, and then the movement happens. So the mind leads the chi. So the mind, if I put the mind always, like I say, I want to move my mind from my shoulder down to my finger. I feel a pathway. My mind made that pathway, and the chi flew down there to the fingers. So actually, physiological changes will happen if my mind and body were present, not just imagining, but I'm feeling it. And then you see the little red and white spots move to the hand because I put my mind to my hand. So the mind leads the chi, and I kind of think of it as like if you were to draw, like there was a puddle of water in the sand, say on the ocean, you drew your finger along and then the water follows. It's just an analogy. Now, the mind is always ahead of the chi, but it could be just like, you know, it could just be like almost a fraction, like, you know, it's always moving ahead. So that's one of the Qigong rules, that the mind leads the chi. And also, you keep the chi moving. You know, the only time we really keep the mind and the chi in one place is usually at Dantian. Like it could be bad to keep the mind present here too long or somewhere because you're putting a lot of chi there from the Qigong philosophy. I do think, like say I wanted to meditate at one of my Dantians, I do think if I was present there and I'm breathing in and out, it's almost like the chi's coming in and out, so it is moving, because it can actually stagnate when it sits still. So sometimes people who, you know, are too focused in their head, it could actually cause problems, you know, problems in the brain or mental, so it's good to have, movement is life, so everything is moving, okay? Does that answer? Yeah, that was a good question, though. So keep throwing them at me if they come. Yeah. Okay, so that was paddle the boat. And let's turn and look at the moon. So we're going to breathe in. And I usually breathe in and I hold the breath for a split second here. This is at the chest. And I'm looking back like I'm looking at the moon. Then I exhale to the center. And then I breathe in. And then exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly turn the hands gently. And then just relax. And feel that. Feel the center line. Be aware of that connection, earth, feet. So these hands are tools for sweeping and gathering chi. We're going to bend down. There's this field. We actually can gather that field. We gather it like we're pulling it up through the body and almost taking a drink and then turning the hands straight up. And then here it's like, I call it sweeping the field, like you're sweeping the chi field, and then you're gathering. And this is gathering heaven chi. This is gathering earth chi, which is yin-like. Heaven chi is yang-like. And you get the balance of these two energies. And breathing in and breathing out. And breathing in, slowly breathe, slowly move, and breathe out. So this is slightly a lecture class. We're doing movement, a little more philosophy as we do now and then.
What's the name of this one?
And this is called Separate the Clouds, or Clouds Pierce Through, different names. So this is part of the Tai Chi Qigong. It's more like this in the Tai Chi Qigong, but in the Tai Chi form that I learned, we did a movement where we pierced through with one hand. I just put two hands to make it symmetrical. And then we turn and go down. And I just made it into a Qigong. So it's just a slightly different arm movement. But basically, it's related to an old Qigong practice. You gather the earth, and then the hands come down. So clouds pierce through. And then I like to add a couple of these. I really like these Shaolin practices, so we were looking at these. We stand a little wider, at least when your horse stance, at least wider than the shoulders. Slight bend in the knees, mabu. And think of these two hands shifting from side to side. But they're staying in place. I'm just shifting my weight. See, I make sure my knee traces over the toe so it doesn't get hurt. Shift, then it comes up here and slowly turns. And you can mirror this if you like. And then push, meaning you can do it. And they turn together. So they turn together, then they come together and push. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, and I'll do it from this side too. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, and breathe out. Breathe in, turn, push, down. Now we go the opposite way. We were going this, so we're going to go like this. So remember, when it comes here, it's kind of like how fish turn together and switch directions. They turn together. Then over the head, push. Shifting the weight, over the head, push. So this way. Okay. And relax. So you get that kind of feeling of the hands moving together in this. They're like together. They turn together. Then they're over the head. You're watching them. Then they push. And then they come down. So it's like they're connected the whole time. All right. And then we have this other one that we're doing. The palm sweeps up like this, forward. Then it turns and goes over the head and back down. So all it does is it sweeps forward, turn, and down. It's almost like it's going in a circle. But instead of, you have to rotate the elbow so the palm's like that at this point, and then down. Sweep up, turn, and down. And then the other arm is doing the same thing. Okay, so that's up there, and as that's going down, the other one's coming up. It turns and sweeps down. See how it goes down behind. So it faces downward when it's going behind you. That one goes up, and that one goes down. So I have to usually shift the body this way, and then shift the body this way. So we have Mabu stance, one up, turn, or down. And I usually look at the hand that's leading, turn the body, turn the body. It takes a little while to get the hang of this. But you're doing different things with each arm, so we're really working the brain. Okay, I'll do it again from this back. And turn. So I have to shift my weight and turn. Shift my weight and turn. So remember, we did this practice where we would shift the weight to one side, and then we would turn this way without moving this knee, and then we would turn to look at the weighted back heel. And that trains you for that. You shift the weight here, and you turn to look at that heel. So if I'm this way, and I shift my weight, my knee traces over the toe, I turn, that's one little bit of a turn. But then if I look at the weighted heel, it's more of a turn. A lot of times, when I look at the weighted heel, people want to move the knee. And that's how the knee can get hurt. So I keep that knee stationary, and I learn to change only that part of the body. Then when I go to this side, same thing. I turn. You won't want that knee to move with it. You want it to stay. Turn. Then, when you do shifting the weight and turning, you get that feel for that. That's why I can add that in there, because you learn that exact muscular way to move the legs. Yeah. And what we don't want to do is arch back. We just come back here and over the head. So we're not having to arch the back. Yeah. Anyhow, I thought that was an interesting move, so I like sharing that one. Okay, I'm gonna do something gentle. So it's always good to practice wave hands like clouds, right? And so if one hand is coming up, and then it turns. Okay? Just think of it as a circle. It splashes the face, and then the head turns with it, and then it goes down. So you're splashing the face, head turns with it, down. Same thing, the other hand's doing something. So when that's going down, look how that's facing this way. It's not like that. It stays down. This one does the same thing, and then I turn. Then one comes up, one comes down. So you have this happening at the same time. In front of the face, this just stays here. I turn. They come together. One comes up, one comes down. This stays here, and I just turn the waist together. So at first, you can do it a little mechanically to get the rhythm. You want the hands moving simultaneously so you get the mixture of heaven and earth chi. Then later you can soften it a little and get the flow. And see how it's almost like it scoops up, gathers the chi, this comes down, then I just turn. And the way this particular one is done in the Qigong form is we breathe into the right, in horse stance, a little wider than shoulders, and breathe out to the left. Breathe into the right, and then breathe out to the left. Then the hands turn together, like you're finding a ball. One presses up, one presses down, and then we just leave them where they are. We turn, find a ball, one presses up, one presses down. Breathe in, breathe out. 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 Feel the sensitivity in the hands, fingers, the receptors for chi. Breathe out. If you feel a little stronger, don't overdo it. You can have a wider Mabu horse stance. So, that's wave hands like clouds. So you can practice that, and you get the balance of the two. One of the things I really learned is, like we forget about the downward hand, but that's important. It's like you need the negative and positive current. So the downward hand is connecting with the earth, chi. The upward is heaven. So you want to make sure that you feel that energetic connection with the earth, your hand. So you have that downward hand there. Not to forget about that. And you're looking at the upward hand. Your face, you're breathing into the right. Turn, breathing out to the left. Okay? So this is in Tai Chi, but the legs are moving with it in Tai Chi. Breathing out. Breathing in. And you start to feel something going on between the hands, kind of stretching like taffy. And interconnection stays there, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, so it's a nice one to work on, practice, get that flow, I feel it anything with a face is, you have a lot of energetic stuff happening in the head and face. Moving your hand across it is clearing it. It's clearing that area. You know, things get, energy fields connect and stick with you because we're all interacting with things. You clear them out. Wave hands like clouds clears it out. Okay.
Gives it like so much possible complexity, which is so cool.
Yeah.
I remember the part about connecting above and below at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, Qigong is very simple, and usually people don't go into the complexities of what's going on, but if you research internally, a lot's happening, and so I like to try to narrate it, and so you're really, not only are you doing the movement, but you're understanding what's occurring energetically. You don't want to be thinking too much, because that messes up your Qigong as well. It messes up Tai Chi, because you want to have sort of be empty, but knowing what's happening, then you put an intention there, like, oh, I'm feeling the field of the earth. I'm feeling my hands, I'm feeling the sensitivity. And it's not so much of a thinking, but it's like the body knowledge of knowing what's happening. First, we have to learn the theory. And so I kind of figured out a lot of this on my own, but I like to share it because I would have liked to have known this when I was learning as well. Okay, so let's turn earth and sky. So the hands are together again. And here you see I'm not bending like this. I'm kind of keeping the body straight and turning, like leaning as much with the, and then down, and then up, breathing up, and breathing out, and breathing in, and breathing out. Breathing in, 3, and breathing out. 4, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. And the other way, breathe out, breathe in. Try to keep the arms closer toward the ears. Obviously they separate, but as much as possible. And relax. Push the chi down. Go ahead.
So in your book, one of the other guiding principles was do not use imagination alone.
Yeah, that's a great question. So we don't use imagination alone. So without imagination, we have to start with imagination to know, to do anything, to create something. And this world, so much has been created through imagination. But what I say is, if I say, oh, feel the light moving through the head, and I'm just imagining, but I'm not actually embodying that, So I say mind and body together as one. So if my mind and my body are feeling, okay, I'm thinking, I'm imagining this light coming into my head, but if I actually feel the byway area, I feel that flow, then I actually start to have something tangible happening, like the brain and the pineal start getting activated. The thyroid and all the hypothalamus, all the secretions start to happen by putting my mind there. I mean, some people, when they imagine things, they actually embody it right away. So that's a tricky one to say, don't imagine. That's why I say, don't imagine alone. Yeah, that's why I said that too. So imagination, and in terms of Qigong, imagination and body awareness are important together. Yeah. So anything you do, you start with imagination, but I'm imagining I'm drawing up the earth energy with my hands, but I'm also thinking of my hands, and I'm thinking, what does it feel like as if there's some kind of sticky glue coming up there? I mean, that's just one example. You can't create how it's going to feel, but what does it feel like as if something's coming up? And then when I turn my palms this way, I'm feeling something in the palms as if it's receiving. And then I'm thinking of all that, the entire firmament, the stars, the heaven. There's a whole radiance, a whole field of energy that comes down to us. And I'm drawing that together along with the earth. So I've combined earth and heaven. And then I have this big ball over my head. Like I said, some people will spend months just on this one movement here, just to develop awareness. Then I'm pushing that down through my head, down through my brain, face, down and through my thyroid. I'm feeling my thyroid. I'm feeling my spine. I'm feeling my chest, heart, lungs, diaphragm, internal organs. I mean, I'm not necessarily thinking, I'm just feeling. And going down into the lower abdomen and down into the pelvic area, down through the thighs, down through the knees, in the bones, and then into the feet, then even into the earth. And then I can repeat. So you start to keep, you become aware of more and more subtler states as you put your mind there. At first, the gross level is like just, it's like, oh, I feel my arm moving, but then you start to feel a little bit more what's happening inside. And that's why we like to work with the energy gates, because they help on the head and the feet, they help to build that sensitivity. So it's called, introception, where you become aware of what's going on in the body. And then not only just being aware, but with Qi, we're aware that we can actually move energy. We can actually change our internal body. Yeah.
So when Professor House says, see the Dantian, how does that? He says that.
See the Dantian.
He says that several times.
Yeah. Think Dantian, feel Dantian, see Dantian. So the real Qi is in the Dantian. So the best I could answer that, because it would be in your own way, you have to discover what you might have to sit there and, how your parents says, stop contemplating your navel. Well, now we're going to be contemplating it. But it's not the navel, it's actually below the navel and inside the Dantian. And some people say it's 2/5 of the way toward the spine. So I don't know exactly how to identify it, and you just kind of become aware of that internal area and feel and think the Dantian. What do you feel there when you're inside there? You may just feel your intestines, but when you do Qi Chen, Cha Dantian, Qi go down on the exhale breath, you might actually feel something going down. You can even use your hand as you breathe out to help guide the Qi down. So you feel the Dantian. And then you got to start somewhere discovering. You can't make yourself feel, but if you put your mind there, you'll have some idea of where that Dantian is. And then how do you bring heat there? That's a whole nother thing. Like, you need imagination to feel a fire there, but then you actually want to have heat there in the Dantian, right? You want to bring that down. So you have to have imagination and the body chemically changing. So pushing that energy down brings the heat down from above, down below. And then when you get that, you store all that Qi and energy in Cha Dantian. So it's a matter of just working at it, I suppose. And, you know, sometimes people come in and they're like, wow, I totally feel my dantian. I'm like, that's pretty good, you know. Sometimes sometimes people, teachers too, it's harder for them to, you know, tune into something. And some people have certain areas they can tune into really well. Let's do a waving body. Knees forward, hips forward. Roll the chin out. Shoulders fall forward. Sink down, knees forward, hips, chin to the chest. No arching back. Then rise up. Chin out. Sink down, round the back. Hips forward. Lead with the chin. So it's like a Ferris wheel. And the spine turns. Just let the shoulders fall back. Let them fall forward. When you bend forward, you roll forward. It's like a rolling. And you're still down. Then you rise up. The chin comes out, round the back. Bend down, roll forward. Chin to the chest. Chin up, chin out. Round the back. And then just get this rolling movement. It need not be exaggerated, but it's a rolling. So you wave the body. A lot of times you get a lot of little cracks in the sacrum because you don't necessarily push it forward like that, and then draw up, and then round the back, and roll. This movement here, because you're down, and you're rising with the chin to the chest. You get this wave. So that kind of helps to clear blockages in the spine, the body. Always take a moment. Nice to take a moment to relax for a few seconds. Breathe in. And then we'll breathe in like a bird and breathe out. Wild geese fly. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in as we sink, breathe out as we rise. Everyone likes this one. It's a nice one. You breathe in as you're down, breathe out as you rise. Very good. Be relaxed, just floating through the sky, breathing, and sit. And try this once again. Just breathe in and use your hands like you're pushing down to your abdomen. And push below the abdomen. And then breathe in, like you're drawing it up to the abdomen. And then breathe out, pressing down to the feet as you push down, like you're learning to push your energy down, along with the physicality, pushing your feet in. Then breathe in, up to the lower abdomen. Breathe out. And breathe in, drawing up. and push out. Push into the ground. Grounding. Breathe in. Just open in at the abdomen level and then press and breathe out. So it's like the feet press into the ground. Then you breathe in. And they root. Breathe out. It gives you a little feel. I was thinking it's a lot like rowing the boat where we breathe in, except for we come up to here. And breathe out. Push. Comes level. So they come level like this. Yeah. Right at the collarbone. And that's the top of the kidney line. Push down. Just nice little practice for feeling that pressing down and rising up. Okay, let's do a little shaking. So the heels are off the ground as long as you can keep them, and that way we don't have to impact the joints as much, and we oscillate them up and down. So we're not just on the ground, they're up a little bit, and that helps to build the strength in the balls of the feet too. So you have to kind of grip them in and then just start shaking like a weeping willow, quivers in the wind it's called. So we're kind of quivering the body in a way, starting from the ankles, toes, ankles, shins, knees, and hips. You know how they have these machines that shake you? We can do this on our own, because they know it's good for your health to move your fascia, shake your body, loosen up any blockages, shake out the hips, shake out the spine. Think of one vertebrae at a time moving up, shaking the spine all the way up to the neck, the head, and then shake out the rib cage, front and back, the internal organs of the torso. Shake the abdomen, the chest. It kind of helps to consciously shake certain areas, because it's like the mind, the shaking and breath go there again. Shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers. Shake the neck, and shake the face. The eyes, the nose, the ears, the mouth, the teeth, the tongue. Shake the brain. Shake the whole body. Hands, fingers, anything, blockages, let them clear out. And then slowly stop shaking. And we're going to do a little turn, slap. This hits the back. And just rotate the body, slap. And just try to move the hand further back so you really get the shoulder. It's a good therapy for the shoulders. And then we're going to do it the chest and behind. And then the side of the abdomen and the lower back on either side. Get the iron shirt Qigong, bringing the Qi to the external body. And then we'll pat the arms down from the shoulder wells, and then the inside up, this whole lymph gland area. lymph gland area, chest. Diaphragm, abdomen, groin area. And then the sides of the legs down. And inside the legs up. And then we're gonna do a little organ cleansing. So go ahead and tap the right side, liver and gallbladder, where anger is stored in the liver and gallbladder. And we want to massage it, kind of feel inside there. And take a deep breath in. And we're going to release it with a sound. And then we're going to breathe in kindness and the color green. So feel the feeling of kindness. Feel what green is like. Coming into those organs, and then feel the releasing. Releasing anger. And then breathe in kindness, color green. We can actually take in energetic information and release energetic information. So here we're taking in kind of a frequency, a field of what kindness has. Kindness has a field. And then at the chest is the heart. So theoretically, sorrow and cruelty are held in the heart. And that pain can stay there, it can be stuck from many years, and we need to release it. So mentally, we're going to release it with a sound. And then we're going to replace that with joy and happiness and the color red. Breathe in that feeling. So we're actually altering our cells, altering what's held in there for years. Energetic information. It's actual, it has an actual field. Joy and happiness, color red. Okay, and then, like you were talking about, the highway to Santa Fe during rush hour is stressful, so worry, anxiety, stress in the spleen, pancreas, stomach area. So on the left side, you want to feel inside there. Sometimes a little massaging is good, you know, like the Chine Song type thing, where you feel inside the organs, massage and shake it. Vibrate it so you feel that area. And then breathe as if you're breathing in, and then releasing worry and anxiety with a sound, whoo. And then compassion, breathe in, yellow, color yellow. Whoo. Breathe it out, really feel it's leaving at the same time. Then breathe in. So this is the Chinese system for keeping, one of the systems for keeping the organs healthy. Ooh. Okay, and then the chest area, pat it down. I like to think from the shoulder down to the center of the chest. I like to give it a good pat, hit some of these acupoints. Okay, and so a little different than sorrow is grief and sadness that's held in the lungs. So breathe in, kind of feel a little pressure in the lungs as you breathe in, and then breathe out the sounds, releasing, and then breathe in courage, color white. And breathe out. Release sadness, release grief. And then breathe in. Courage, color white. And the lungs are paired with the large intestine, and the heart's paired with the small intestine, I believe. So you're also clearing the intestinal area. A lot of internal grief and sadness and sorrow gets stored in our intestines as well. So you can even think about those areas clearing out. Now let's do the kidney massage. Kidney and adrenal. Kidneys paired with the bladder. So breathe in. I like that you can pat it. Breathe in and breathe out, releasing fear with a sound like you're blowing out a candle. And inhale gentleness. Inhale the deep dark blue color. Deep dark blue. Cooling organ. Releasing fear. And then inhaling gentleness. Even if you watch a movie that's sort of an action-packed movie, you know, like, oh, is he going to make it? That can be storing in your kidneys because the adrenals are being activated. So you have to release things that come into us from our imagination or actual events. Again, imagination can affect the body in a negative way, just as fear does. So,
avoid violent movies.
Yeah, exactly.
To get more sense of it.
Yeah. So we might feel like, oh, it didn't bother me, but somewhere there's some kind of internal reaction happening in the body. You know, something disturbing. Anyhow, so we're going to gather earth chi to close class. Gather heaven chi. Push down through the head, and then down to the central channel, and down to the lower abdomen, Sha Dantian. So earth chi is Di chi. Heaven chi is Tian chi, by way, top of the head. Zhongbai, central channel, Sha Dantian, Qian Sha Dantian, Qi go down to my Dantian. Di Qi, Tian Qi, Qi by way, Qi Zhongbai, Qi Qian Sha Dantian. One more time. Di Qi, Tian Qi, Qi by way, Qi Zhongbai, Qi Qian Sha Dantian, and store. And thank you, class.